Radio 1.
This is Radio 1 Vintage, celebrating 50 years of BBC Radio 1. Now, Fabio and Grooverider.
BBC Radio 1 Vintage.
All right, my name is DJ Fabio. I was on Radio 1 from the late 90s until around 2012.
I'm Grooverider, and I was with him.
I used to listen to Radio 1 a lot when I was growing up, and I used to listen to the chart show, and I used to listen to it to see what soul tracks got in the charts, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I used to listen to Radio 1. And then I used to listen on the way to school. I always used to listen to the breakfast show and stuff like that. So yeah, fond memories.
After adding a bit of John Peel as well.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
He was breaking all kinds of music back then, so he kind of shaped what was going on. But yeah, that was probably the biggest DJ I knew at Radio 1 at that time.
We were on Kiss FM.
Yeah.
And we knew Wilberforce, who helped set up One Extra and stuff like that.
Kiss as well.
We've known him from years. Like before, we were all soul DJs and playing funk and stuff. And he used to be at Kiss, and he moved to Radio 1 and did Radio 1 in the jungle.
One in the jungle. One in the jungle.
And that didn't kind of work out. So he kind of pushed for a drum and bass show, and he was like, look, there's these guys, Fabio and Grooverider, you know, they got a show on Kiss that's doing really well. Get them over. Apparently the powers that be were a bit sceptical about having more jungle and drum and bass on the station, but he really pushed it. And our first pilot was with Goldie. We did a pilot with Goldie.
Yeah, that was before though. That was like a different show. Something to do with Pete Tong, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something to do with Pete Tong.
Yeah,
and Pete Tong had this idea of getting all three of us together. It just didn't work because there's too much personality.
Yeah, Goldie talks too much.
Yeah, basically.
He needs his own show.
And then a little bit after that, we got the call from Wilbur. Maybe not even do a pilot.
We didn't do a pilot.
No,
we came straight in.
We came straight in. He was just like, he gave us the green light. I can't really remember the first show though. I know we did it together, but I can't really remember.
I had a recording of that somewhere.
Did you?
Yeah, but I don't know what happened to it.
Yes. Many thanks to the mighty Tim Westwood and the legendary rap show. This is a debut. Fabio and Grooverider. Radio 1.
It wasn't very good.
I'd seen it on eBay, bro.
Yeah.
But it was late 90s though, and I remember we was excited. It was a big move for us,
Big
you know.
deal. Massive deal.
Massive, because we came from Kiss, which was a big station, but you get the call from Radio 1, you know, it was a no-brainer, man. And it was like, Wilbur gave us the call and was like, look, I think he gave us a Friday night show.
That's right, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we had a lot of different time slots over the years. We had Friday night shows, Saturday night shows, but we just went with the flow. It was a real big deal for us.
So what are you saying, Groove?
I wasn't saying very much for the last 10 minutes.
That's a good start, isn't it?
Remember the Christmas shows was
yeah.
And then we done that show from my house one time at Christmas.
Yeah,
we had a load of artists sitting around the dinner table and was filming it all, and was doing some pass the parcel thing. It was kind of mad. And Fabio we're having a bake off. Yeah, everybody's coming and made a mess in my house.
Dinner a little bit later. We got the cake off as well.
You're not coming near the key lime pie, mate. I've got to tell you.
Actually, where's the cake? It's
Egg and
down.
water. Egg, water and cake mixture.
It has been cooling down for a little while. I mean, the producer made us do things out of our kind of boundaries, to be honest. But the Christmas shows were amazing.
Memorable,
yeah. You know, people, if they talk about our shows, more often than not, they mention the Christmas shows, because we didn't always used to do the show together. We did a show together like every 6 months, and then we done it on alternate weeks. So when we done the Christmas show, it was a very special occasion, and people really used to look forward to it.
Yeah.
Also doing a lot of the live stuff. You know, we did Glastonbury live, that was amazing.
Hold on 1 second. This is Fabio and Grooverider. We have come to shut down the whole of Glastonbury. Can I hear some noise?
And then we done Ibiza, and we was at Amnesia, and we was doing the show live, and
that's Pasha.
That's right, it was at Pasha, and we was doing the show live, and halfway through the show, the manager of the club came over and said he wanted us to stop and bring the resident DJ on. It was like, what are you talking about? And he tried to chuck us off live. So I remember Wilbur going over to him, and there was almost a fist fight.
The summer of one love.
97 to 99 FM.
Radio 1 en Ibiza.
Good evening and welcome. Radio 1 live. This is Drum and Bass Show live this week from Pasha in Ibiza. I'm so messed up. Anyway, it's over to Fabio, basically. Yeah, he wants house music.
Yeah, they wanted house music.
Of a massive club.
It's like
Groove also championed people like Fresh, and you know, we championed Chasing Status, and you know, Sigma. We played some of their first tunes, and Goldie, who's always kind of had our back and was a bit before that time, but you know, we still really represented the whole metalhead sound. And so there's numerous artists that we could name that, you know, turn around and we've had special moments on the show for them. I remember we did Chasing Status's first live at Maida Vale.
Chasing Status featuring Yolanda 2008, Maida Vale.
And that was the first time they did anything live, and now they're selling out arenas all over the world. On Radio 1, we were able to build a following for these guys and gave their music a platform, so that was a great feeling.
The most key one for myself is when I played Slam, Pendulum.
Yeah.
I mean, people like still talk about that today, you know. Yeah, I pat myself on the back for that one.
Because, you know, soon after that, Pendulum was headlining Radio 1 Weekender.
Exactly. That's all down to me.
It's all down to Groove. That was a moment, man.
Yeah.
That was a big, big moment.
For me, yeah.
We did champion the music, and it was a big deal for any artist to get their track played on the show.
We're marooned on a small island in an endless sea.
We got from members of kind of everyone. You know, we were really close to a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in the time here, and yeah, it was a good time.
Vintage.
It's Saturday night, it's Radio 1, it's drum and bass time. You're locked onto the Fabio, Big Bad Grooverider, Fabio, Grooverider.
Is this bass really strong enough? We're marooned on a small island in an endless sea, confined to a tiny spit of sand, unable to escape. But tonight, it's heavy stuff.
So it's Fabio and Grooverider here on BBC Radio 1 with our very, very special guests, and we are honoured to have you here. Chasing Status.
Right, now, you know, like, you've been really kind of branching out, and you had a kind of incredible happenings a couple of years ago when you kind of got hooked up with Rihanna. You met Jay-Z, which is like incredible stuff. How did that come about? Because I did hear a story about Rihanna hearing Saxon. Is that true?
Yeah, that was the track that got her attention, and the tracks got to her through sort of management links and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, she heard the track and apparently it just blew her away. And obviously it's got that kind of dancehall vibe, which she's really influencing into. And she actually called Saul up like on his mobile at 6 a.m. and just said, "Yo, I'm coming."
Saul was hoping it wasn't for beats.
His girlfriend, my girl.
I just left Chris.
Funnily enough, I was actually my girlfriend at the time. She was in bed with me, and my phone rang at 6. She was like, "Who's that?" I go, "I don't know. I'll say hello." "Hey, this is Rihanna." "Hey, what's happening?"
Let me take this in the other room.
My girl, she wasn't happy. She really wasn't. She was like, "Who's that? Who's that? Why is she calling you now?" I was like, "What do you mean? Nothing's happening. And if it was, I'm out."
So that was the girlfriend at the time. So at the time, it was ex-girlfriend now.
Yeah, I'm single.
And where did you record the track from the album Rated R?
We spent 2 weeks in London in a recording studios, Metropolis, famous studios in West London. Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of drum bass gets mastered there.
That's right.
Everything.
It's a great spot, and they basically hired out the entire venue, all the studios, and the whole entourage was down there. You know, literally after that phone call, sort of 2 weeks later, we're standing in a room with Rihanna, Jay-Z, Drake, her management, their management, Pharrell's there, Beyonce's swanning about, and they all literally look at us. 25 people look at us and go, "Right, we're all here because of Chasing Status. Let's hear what you got." and we just like have to open our laptops and play them like loops and ideas, not knowing what was going to happen. And yeah, just played them a whole bunch of grimy stuff, and just took it from there and tried to just change the tracks and fit it into her world, and working with songwriters and people that had written songs for Michael Jackson back in the day, and like the most famous sort of top line writers in the world. And it was an incredible experience. And
is it hard to keep your head? I mean, you know, 1 minute you're making tunes for kind of Renegade, and the next minute you're sitting down in LA with Jay-Z, and it must be quite difficult to kind of, you know, not keep it real, but to keep a balance of moving from one thing to another so swiftly can change people a lot. You know, did you find that you just really had to keep grounded?
Yeah, I mean, I really make a conscious effort to keep grounded all the time by doing two things, which is I don't read good press, I don't read bad press.
That's right.
You can slate me or you can praise me, cool. I don't want to read it.
Yeah, save your £2.
Yeah, the way we see it, it's just like, you know, like we've got goals and we've always got more goals. So, okay, album at number 2, great. Done this, Rihanna, great. Now we want more stuff to do. We've got our label, we want to promote that, so on and so forth. We want to write this kind of track. So we're just always trying to keep it moving and give ourselves new goals.
Right.
The minute you get caught up in the heat and like, I'm the man, we'll do this, and you're finished basically.
All day.
It didn't happen, you know, that quickly. Like obviously it was, you know, almost sort of 6, 7, 8 years from. So the progression. I mean, if we had literally been writing on Renegade Hardware and then next week being in the studio with Rihanna, I think we would have lost our mind.
We were kids. We were kids.
We were just kids. So you know, we kind of we'd already.
What I like about you two, man, is like I've known you quite a long time now, and you've remained the same all the way through. And I'm looking at you now, and I haven't seen you for like, I don't even know, 6 to 8, maybe a year.
Yeah.
And you still the same guys.
Yeah.
After all everything's blown up, you are actually exactly the same guys. Calm, no ego.
We're in the same clothes.
Same shades on as well, man. I've seen that.
Fabio had to lower the tone, didn't
That was a poignant moment. You know what, Groove?
I
Thank
actually
you.
see you wearing that swerve at the end.
I appreciate that, man.
You know what I mean? I had a little flow going.
Nah, it was nice.
Get out. There's the exit, Fabio. Everybody point to
I'm really
the exit.
sorry. No, I just, you know, I have these moments sometimes.
Just had to kind of break it.
Groove's getting a bit too deep.
It's emotional. It's emotional.
No, it's true. No, it's very true. It's
yeah, I like the way you keep grounded. No ego about you. I'm loving that.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
But also when we met Jay-Z and that, he's also the same. He's unbelievably chilled. No ego, cash. And I've met people. I'm sure you both met people as well from the world we've come from, who go on like
They're big dogs.
yeah, but they can't.
You ain't really doing anything.
They can't,
Yeah,
they can't
it's always the
pay
way.
for their rent, and their sunglasses cost more than their dinner bill. That day.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
yo,
standard.
you know, prioritise.
It's the old one, isn't it? Parking
Yeah.
a big car outside a council flat.
But, you know, when you meet big successful people, you see how humble they are.
No, exactly,
You've got to take
exactly.
something from that. It's like you're where you are for a reason because
That's
you
how
don't
you
take
learn.
it for granted.
Yeah.
Chase the Status featuring Yolanda 2008. Made of Veil.
This is Fabio and Grooverider, and you're listening to Radio 1 Vintage.
Sometimes I can get so down. Sometimes I feel trouble. You take me away. I love
It's Fabio, it's Grooverider on BBC Radio 1. BBC Radio 1.
The biggest guests and the biggest tracks on the world's biggest drum and bass show.
Fabio and Grooverider.
Right, we're backstage at the Radio 1 big weekend in Bangor, and I'm standing there with two dons right now. Mr. Verse. Yeah, well, you know, I didn't want to shout that one out, but yeah.
Just drop me in it there.
Some other dons. Two boys out of the outfit. They go by the name of Pendulum. Mr. Speed, Mr. Verse.
Yes, mate.
What's happening, man? I mean, you've gone crazy this year.
I guess we finished the album and then we've been on the road now for 2 weeks, doing places like Doncaster Dome, and we went over to Ireland doing quite big events and just trying to get the new tracks tight, and then we've ended up headlining tonight, so just looking forward to it.
Festival's gonna be sick this year.
This is what I'm waiting for, man. You got a massive show coming up with the Prodigy. You know, I've just been driving around in London. I've been seeing these massive posters, and I can't believe that you guys have like hit it and smashed it and gone
from drum and bass, man.
Oh, going to Wembley Arena. It's unbelievable.
You coming?
Oh, come on now. I just want to find out where my ticket. This is why I'm around here. The only reason why I'm doing this, so I can get a set of tickets. It's the only reason.
Groove, you got +6, geese.
I must come down. Can't get the bells to stop ringing. Can't eject, they leave now. 9 to 5 has lost its meaning. Here I'm sure you know this feeling. You know what's on my mind. 'Cause when the night comes, I'm leaving it all behind. Take me or leave me. I am what I will be. Live young and so free. Live this reality. Break through and feel it. Just like the first kiss. And now you want this. Life is this completely this. The real me. I'm shining. Oh, can't you see? Midnight. I'm letting myself go. I'm lost in the rhythm. The night takes control. Just take me or leave me. I am what I will be. Living so young and so free. Make this all reality. Break through and feel it. Just like that first kiss. And now you won't miss. Life is this completely this year.
Hello, it's Fabio FM on Radio 1 with a very special show. And as usual, we've brought you the biggest names in drum and bass and the freshest new music from the biggest new artists. We're going to look back at the best bits of Fabio and Grooverider in 2007. Let's start off with a look back to September when Lincoln Barrett, a.k.a. High Contrast, got in the hot seat with Grooverider.
So, Mr. Contrast, let's break it down. you're at home and you've got an idea in your head. How do you work it? I mean, like, you go into the studio, what's the first thing you do?
I think a lot of people start making tunes by building the beat first, you know, that's kind of their foundation. But I've always approached it of going in on the music first, you know. It's usually like a little sample or just an idea for a riff or something that kind of triggers the whole tune, and I take it from there, and I'll try to find the beat to complement that musically. So I guess that's why my tunes have kind of got the stronger melodic content to them.
Okay. So, like, you've got an idea in your head, you've got the beat, you've got the music down. How do you know if it's a killer tune, man? How long does it take you to make it?
You never know, you know, like things like Return of Forever and Racing Green, they just came together really quickly, you know.
That's what I've always thought it was, like, me personally, like, if something builds together quickly, that's when you know you've got a powerful tune.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? When it sounds simple and it's like, I don't know, man, it's just like, I've always noticed, like, the best tunes have always been the quickest ones to make.
And it's almost like you're not even making it, it's making itself, you know, and you know then that you're onto something. But still, you can never second guess how tunes will be received, you know. The ones you think will be big usually fall by the wayside, and it's like, everyone's
the ones that you really worked on. So, like, what's your average time to make a tune, or is it always varied?
It really varies. Like, sometimes, I guess the quickest is 2 days, but other tunes have literally taken 10 years. Like on this album, there's a couple on there that are like the first things I ever sampled. The things like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Tread Softly on the album. They're ones that I've been trying to finish for 10 years.
So, like, what's your favourite tune that you've actually made? The one that you said, that was a piece of work.
I think Return of Forever is probably the one. It's like the one that really kind of was the sound in my head, you know, and I felt like it really came out complete into the computer. And a lot of people, you know, still today kind of go on about that tune and say how it like makes them cry or change their lives and stuff, you know.
And how they made babies to it. Yeah, I've heard it. I know what you mean. So we're gonna have to bounce you over here in a minute, sir, and so we can get you in the mix. What do we have to look out for? Or listen out for, should I say?
I'll play a couple of tunes from my album.
Yeah.
Of course. And a few sneaky ones.
Okay.
You know, I always like to get a bootleg out there.
Now, let's talk about that, because you got a few on the road. We're not going to say which ones, because everybody will be trying to see you left, right and centre. But I know you're a guy that likes a bootleg.
Yeah. I like the whole kind of bootleg thing has always been kind of integral to the drum and bass vibe for me. You know?
Definitely. For me, a lot of people have forgotten about sampling, man.
Yeah, and sampling is kind of what got me into it, you know.
Yeah,
so
this is sample-based music.
That's right, and I just like to have the bootlegs out there, and it kind of helps, you know, bridge over to other audiences as well. You know,
that's right.
Kind of bring people in.
So I've got to ask you, did you do that Gold Digger one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not talk about that anymore, because they'll have Kanye on your case.
This is Radio 1.
So we have Mr. High Contrast stepping into the mix. Make sure you stay tuned. It's Rider Radio here on Radio 1.
You say you love me. No, you say you love me. No, you say you love me. No, you say you.
Hi, it's Fabio and Grooverider. You're listening to Radio 1 Vintage. What's up, TC?
What's happening, Fabio? You right?
I didn't know you was there for a minute. Oh, wait, son, I was waiting for my cue. And, you know, I'm a bit long sometimes. But how you doing, man?
Good. Yeah, really good, man. Really good. We're deep in the heart of Maida Vale Studio.
So how you feeling? A little bit nervy?
A little bit nervy, yeah.
How do you feel before a gig? Like, I've seen you at Global Gathering, I've seen you at in Poland, and you look very confident on stage, man. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you can hide the nervousness, man. But on stage, you don't seem nervous at all.
Thanks, man. I mean, I got nervous now, you said.
You want me to change the subject?
You know what? Sometimes I get really, really nervous, and sometimes I don't get nervous at all. I don't know what it is. But usually if I get really nervous, it's going to be a good gig.
Yeah, it's adrenaline, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's you know, you never, as soon as you start, the butterflies go, man.
That's right.
It's great to feel nervous anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, so who have you got with you? Let's introduce the band.
In the band, we've got myself, TC on vocals, Jakes.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's up, Jakes? You alright, dog?
Right.
Yeah.
We got Hannah, who's doing backing vocals.
Hello, Hannah.
Enzo, who's on the drums.
Cool.
Give us some bongos.
Right on cue.
We've got Bruce on the guitar. Yeah, over there. And John, who's doing the Ableton stuff.
Oh, wicked, man.
And we got the Stig, who's the roadie. There he is behind the screen.
What's up, roadie?
Yeah,
show him some love, man. Show him some love.
This is a Stig, man.
Stick in the dump, yeah.
I'm in a little bit of a bad way right now. Like in my family, my uncle died like last night.
Oh, you're
in
joking.
A car crash, so I'm.
Oh no, man.
So,
for real?
I just wanted to like make a dedication to him and to his family. He's got 4 kids, and
wow,
it's really, really sad.
That is so tragic, man.
Yeah, a lot of tears and.
Oh man, TC. Well, listen, that's even more. I've got to give you even more props for doing this, man, because oh man. Well, listen, this whole session's dedicated to him, man.
Cool.
Right.
He was like, look, he bought me my first keyboard, like to get me into music, and so.
Oh wow, TC, man.
It's a big thing. So yeah, but we're gonna give you a great performance anyway.
Well, you know what? You got come on, man. You've got to do this for him.
In memory of him, innit? It's what you really want.
Yeah, no, for real, man. So, listen, we're ready for you to kick some ass.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
TC, in session, in the house, full band. They're going to do their thing.
What have we got next, John? Deep.
Yeah, come on, Jakes. Jakes, it's your moment.
Yeah, mate.
It's your time now.
Yeah.
You know, you shocked me when this come out. I didn't know you had it in you, bruv. I didn't know you were so dark.
TC beats, right? We will send round the most murkiest merkmen from Merked on a Monday, which is murking day. And we will murk you, right? We're not talking no normal sway back, patch it sways, nice and easy, ballet dancing, them and squeezy. Style, yeah? We're talking murky, we're talking pea soup, but we're talking fog, darkness. We'll come around your house, we'll murder your fish, your dog, your cat, animal, vegetable, mineral. Listen, we'll come around and mess you up. That's all I've got to say, yeah? We ain't here to play about it, it's just a little vibe, yeah? And if you touch this vibe, mates, Radio 1, I'll stick your neck in. Okay. Do you know what deal? Yo, what is Bristol fam? It's you. For real, listen. What we call it? Deep like Titanic, make the dance panic. That 1 a penny, 2 a penny, vibe you can't manage. Bo, pure nasty habit, sadness I can't have it. Do your move, what's your style? Rave for dance rapid. Get over here with the kid with the beat and flow that's so savage. More good T's, hands and jakes, you know that spells damage. We run things so near the Trinity, overdone. Flash it over, break the escape, sound, or up carriage. Hip hop, and leave you stiff dead in a carriage. 2 to the hip, 1 to the leg without a ratchet. Wrap your head around the stocking, they can't have it. It's a rap, rugged, already rock or classic. Name, Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. You're nasty, I'm the toughness, we can't have it. Do your move, but you start with a dance rapid. Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. You're nasty, I'm the toughness, we can't have it. Do your move, but you start. I got vibe. It made a veil right now. Rolling these beats, ja. with Mr. T and Hanson, Ed and Bruce Dina. We got vibe with TC right now. We got vibe. Yo, this is what we're performing. We ain't a mess about just roll in it. Radio 1, let's go. Deep Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. Run I say up, it's up, that's we can't have it. To your move, watch it start, ring my dance. Deep Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. Run I say up, it's up, that's we can't have it. To your move, watch it start, ring my dance. Deep Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. Run I say up, it's up, that's we can't have it. To the moon, watch it start, ring my dance. Deep Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. Oi, TC, you're on Radio 1. Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. You're nasty habits unless we can't have it. To your move, but she start with a dance rapping. Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. You're nasty habits unless we can't have it. To your move, but she start with a dance rapping. Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. You're nasty habits unless we can't have it. To your move, but she start with a dance rapping. Titanic, make me dance panic. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, but you can't manage. You're nasty habits unless we can't have it. To your move, but she start with a dance rapping.
Smashing. Oh, that was incredible.
If you like jubbling up and down a lot in the open air or nodding your head in a huge tent, this is the answer to your dreams. Tribal Gathering returns on Saturday 24th of May with live acts Orbital, Daft Punk, DJ Shadow, Alabama 3, Ronnie Size, and a band that started it all off, Kraftwerk. Plus DJs Tong, Oakenfold, Garnier, Sanchez, Weatherall, Sasha, Digweed, Fabio, Grooverider, and the one who started it all off, John Peel.
Call the Radio 1 concert line for tickets. 0891 110 100. Calls cost 50p per minute.
0891 110 100 for tickets to the all-day, all-night greatest event in the dance calendar. Tribal Gathering with 97 to 99 FM, Radio 1.
Grooverider coming from the Warehouse Project, which is absolutely insane tonight. It's like going back to 1999 to Sunrise. Alright, Fab, I've got a little message for you. Just come off stage and it was alright, Fab. It was kind of blazing. You're going to have to step up your game to come in here. I know your game's tight, sir, but this place is blazing. You're going to have an incredible time. I'll be back on the M1 by the time you know it. So have a good night, sir.
This is Radio 1.
And step up my game, I did, Groove. I'm sure you're going to be happy to hear. And by the way, I just got to do a little recorrection. Sunrise, he said Sunrise 1999. You see, he was so overwhelmed by the night. He meant 1980. Right, we've got a big set for you. And you know the reason why I know it was a big set? Because when I walked in, everyone was saying, Ryder played a big set tonight. Or Ryder smashed it. Or Ryder demolished it. Or Ryder tore a new hole in the club. Right? That's a lot of the talk was about that. So here we got, coming up, Grooverider smashing up the Warehouse Project, recorded live in Manchester. Fabio and Grooverider on Radio 1, baby.
Who in this place loves drum and bass? Okay. Radio 1, from the front to the back, for the Godfather drum and bass, will you please make some noise for the mighty Grooverider! Okay. No time like drum and bass sets. Ready? Let's go get him! repeat. Yo, we ready to rock now. We ready to rain. Time to bring it down, need to move right down the beat of the cross raid. Don't forget the right part. But I'm gonna be without the lights on down. Eat them on the book, red bar, the book, the book, right up. Listen. Watch this. You need it inside. That's how we slip. We gotta make the crowd skip up. We gotta make the crowd line one time. We'll be turning it up to baseline. Somebody make some noise for the Grooverider.
So I've seen Grooverider before, even at the smallest of venues at 53 in Preston, like 300 people, but he plays out, he goes for it no matter what the crowd, so I'm really pleased to see him, you know, glad to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having a good time, see ya!
At the turn of the year, we had the mighty Andy C up with the Grooverider, waxing lyrical.
Right, we've got a couple of listener questions. I don't really want to throw too many of you on you, but let's hear one from Callum in Bristol. He wants to know CDJs or vinyl?
Vinyl. No question. Vinyl, dub plates. Can't even go near CDs.
That is immediately like, whoa. Got another one from Melanie in Swansea.
Yeah.
Any tips of any new drum and bass talent for this summer?
Any new talent?
Yeah, for this summer. Like, who do you see standing out this summer?
Well, I mean, as you know, how many tunes you get through in your AIM inbox every week, week in, week out. There's an unbelievable amount. But one that does spring to mind, we're going to play a tune in a little while, is a guy called Culture Shock, who I think is just an amazing talent. And
oh my gosh. I met him as well the other night, like down in the same place in Cambridge.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, was it the Brooks Brothers that was down there?
I think you met the Brooks Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, one of the Brooks Brothers I met.
Yeah, right, they was with Subfocus. But Culture Shock, Brooks Brothers as well. I mean, them guys there, I mean, they've combined on this tune that we're gonna give a whirl in a while, and for me it's just one of the biggies of the year.
Okay, so like Culture Shock's your man for the
He's
summer
the man
right
for
now.
the summer.
And another one, Paul in Nantwich? I've never even heard of that. Are there any non-drum and bass artists to collaborate with? Basically, I reckon.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, God, where does it stop, man? You know, you could go on and on.
Who would you like to work with, like outside of drum and bass? Like, you feel, like not necessarily feeling, but like you reckon you could make a bang out tune with them?
You know, I'd like to pick the brains of the producers that do maybe some of the major bands like Nigel Godrich and people like that. You know, the men behind the scenes to really pick their brains and find out how they got that. Like Nigel Godrich does Radiohead and people like that.
Okay.
And how they got them sounds on them kind of musics.
Yeah. That's what we're more interested in,
like
the production side.
Yeah, just to, getting how they do it and how they.
So there's no dodgy singer you'd like to hear crooning on your track at the moment.
Well, I wouldn't want to work with a dodgy singer. I'll have to have a think about that one.
This is Fabio and Grooverider, and you're listening to Radio 1 Vintage.
Welcome to Riders Ranch, opening one big drum and bass Christmas present. Now, who could that be? Shy FX. Fresh. Heist. Subfocus. Goldie. Fabio and Grooverider's Christmas party, serving you up a large slice of drum and bass.
BBC Radio 1 Extra on BBC Radio 1.
Yes, you're listening to Fabio and Grooverider, the Christmas show from Grooverider's house, the Riders Ranch.
Yeah, why do you keep saying that?
The Riders Ranch. Well, that's it. That's the title for it.
I think of some Dallas business. It ain't nothing like that.
Well, we've got people coming through tonight.
That's right.
We've got special guests. Who's going to be up, Groove?
I don't know. How are we supposed to know who's going to turn up? That's the whole point of it.
Tiny is lost in
I don't even know where she's going.
Shattered. But we got guests, we got food, and we got drum and bass kicking off the show with the sounds of A-Side. Off the show with one of the biggest tunes of the year, A-Side's killer tune from my boy. Oh my.
Merry Christmas to you all.
What are you saying, Goldie?
Lovely.
You're looking fly.
You like that, didn't you?
I'm loving the outfit.
I had to bring my outfit tonight. I thought it was a Christmas special.
Let the hair go quickly.
I just could not let my hair go. I was thinking about getting hair plugs and I thought, no, go for the Tony Danza look. It's a Radio 1 look tonight, folks. And you know what else I bought? Chili, the famous.
The world famous chili chicken.
The world famous
chili chicken.
Proper Jamaican. The Jamaican. The Cliffy chicken. The original, yeah? Man's gonna be sucking their teeth on BBC Radio.
Sheepskin as well.
You know I bought the sheepskin. It's that kind of weather out there, Fabio. It's good to see you, Mr. Fitz.
Good to see you.
Hello, everyone else. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
Good. We've got Heist in the house as well.
Yeah, we've
What's
got
up,
Heist
man?
in the house. What's happening? That's all right, man. You can take a seat tonight, Heist. You can have a bit of dinner.
I like the setup.
Got some dinner for you.
Goldie, get the chicken ready, man.
I'm getting the chicken ready for you all, guys. Lovely. See you soon.
Radio 1 and 1 Extra. Fabio and Grooverider, yeah.
You know what? I've been sitting down in the back room there, and I just totally forgot we were actually doing a show. I'm just sitting there
So
talking away to people.
we need to tell everyone what was going on. We've been talking about this for a long time, getting loads of guests. We've got loads of guests around Grooverider's house. We've got decorations, we've got food, we've got everything going on. And we are coming we're coming from Grooverider's house tonight. This is how we're doing.
Have you had a drink?
What's that?
I can't hear a word you're saying. I just see your lips moving.
It's old age Groove. That's how we do. But Groove, wicked man, because you know what? I haven't been here for a little while.
Yeah, I know, you're a joker, man. Can anybody believe that Fabio, my best friend, is hardly... How long have I been living there? I've been living there about 8 years.
About 8 years. I've been there a few times. It's about the third
time. Like in 8 years. Oh, God.
But I'm loving the house, man. The house is looking good. We've got the decks set up in the living room.
Yeah, everybody's come in and made a mess in my house. There's loads of wires and everything all over the place, but it's going to be worth it.
It's going to be worth it. It's going to be big. We're going to be having dinner a little bit later. We've got the cake off as well.
You're not coming near the key lime pie, mate. I've got to tell you.
Actually, we baked the cake a little while ago. Where is the cake? It's
egg and
down.
water. Egg, water and cake mixture.
It has been cooling down for a little while.
It's not actually a cake though. It's egg, water and cake mixture.
I think the cake's looking
No, it looks
hot.
all right. Don't get me wrong. Have you put the icing on yet?
The icing's coming. We're going to do all that in a little while.
Ready-made icing, I hasten to add.
And what time we're going to be having dinner? We're having dinner in a little while. We're going to be
I've
having
got no
a chat.
idea. We're still waiting for people.
And we're doing musical chairs.
No, you're doing musical chairs. I'm playing the music.
I can't wait. That is the highlight of the night for me.
I said that's the only way I'm going to compromise on that, is if I play the music.
Talking about playing the music, we're playing some of the favourite tracks of the year. Big track, Return to Atlantis, LTJ Bookham, Marky and SPY. It's Fabio and Grooverider at Grooverider's house.
Radio 1 and 1 Extra. Fabio and Grooverider, yeah.
That's the sound of LTJ Bookham featuring Marty
for that
and
here?
Spy and Return to Atlantis. We've got Goldie up in here. Good to see you, man.
Cool.
We're going to be eating a little bit of dinner later. And
yeah. I see you got the chef. What's with this, man?
That's how we roll.
I bought a takeaway and you've got a 5-star chef in the kitchen.
That's what I'm supposed to
I'm
bring in.
beginning to get a bit upset about this.
Well, you lot just popped up on my door, you know, I had to make the call.
Yeah, well, we had to. I thought to myself, got to bring that chicken in, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's going to be a real clash tonight, man. I've got the key lime pie.
Yeah, and I've got the carrot cake.
You've got the carrot cake. You've got the chili chicken.
Yeah,
Is that carrot cake, yeah?
Yeah, man, that's why it's going down. Right.
How come it's so dark?
I don't know. It's my first time. That's why.
I've just realised that you said
virgin.
carrot cake. All the time I've been thinking you're saying chocolate cake.
No, man, it's
because it looks
carrot
like a
cake.
chocolate cake.
I need to test that one out.
Ooh,
And
I
the key
don't
lime
know,
pie one.
man.
I just had a rather beautiful young lady pass me hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, that's how we're rolling
That's what
tonight.
it's come on. Like a harem.
Remember, not being funny. Not being funny, mate. You're not in deep south. You're in Surrey tonight. Right, this is how we roll. Okay.
The postcode change.
All right, there you go.
All right, good.
Right,
That's
back
it.
to the music.
Back to the music. I'll see you in the kitchen.
Sigma and a track called Paint It Black VIPs. Fabio, Grooverider and guests.
Yeah, Radio 1 Extra. Fabio, Grooverider.
Fabio and Grooverider's Christmas party, serving you up a large slice of drum and bass.
We're doing this little mix-a-thon, right? And it started off really calm. And now, all of a sudden, it's got really serious. I mean, like, everybody's looking at each other like, hold on a minute, what are you going to draw?
Start drawing out, yeah.
Anyhow you draw things on me, I'm coming for you.
I know.
This is getting really serious now. I heard Fabio in the back room, like talking, saying to me, yeah, Groove, it's got a bit serious in it, isn't it? I have to start drawing out.
Yeah. I see Fresh coming out there giving it the hand
Fresh
sign.
is burning CDs like it's nothing right now.
Yeah.
He means business. Fresh.
He's busting gang sign out there and trying to tell us about this. Yeah, lashing, that's it, it's trouble. All right, don't let the sign out. Don't flop it right now, man. This is it. Let's just run this thing.
I wonder why Fresh come dressed in black, man. He meant business tonight.
Ninja tonight, ninja.
And yes, I hope it's sounding good out there.
Fabio and Grooverider.
Now Fabio's going in again for the chili chicken.
And I'm kind of allergic to chili, but you know what? Right now...
To Jamaican.
What, Shy didn't get a piece of the chili chicken?
What? Come on, Shy.
Oh, Fabio stole the last
Goldie,
piece.
what are you trying to say?
He's stolen his chicken, Fab. That's what he's saying. Fabio tried to hurry him up earlier. Shy told him I'm a little guy. I need a little bit of time.
Little piece there, man.
Hold the piece there, man.
Might as well, man.
I can't believe Fabio skanked off the whole of his little chicken. Shy's just about to lift up his hand with Fabio's hand.
Still, you know.
You need to get some sauce on. I know where
Yeah, fling some sauce on that, man.
That's guilt. That's guilt talk. Can you hear the guilt talk? Fling some sauce on it. Try to hide the size of it.
Sauce took me as much time as the chicken to make, Star. You better remember that. You better remember that, yeah? Because you know when you say old man at carnival in that van, that might be me. Yeah? That might be me, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I want the verdict. I want the verdict. Come on, I want the verdict.
For that batch there, I'm giving you a 9 out of 10. Yeah, you can't give you a perfect 10. Giving you a 9 out of 10 for that
I
batch.
didn't get a 2 there. You see that? You see that? I want you to remember this, folks. I didn't get no 2 there.
Saturday nights on BBC One Extra and Radio 1.
So we're getting close to the end of the show, Fab. It's been a spectacular night, man. So I saw Shy Effects parading up and down in the hallway alongside Sub Focus. I think they were going to, have a trade-off, man. Some real battling going on tonight. This has got all serious, I'm telling you, man.
Some backroom deals going on.
Oh, my God.
Deals.
Where's Fresh? Is he still burning CDs to kill everybody?
I spoke to Fresh and Fresh said to me, you got to call Andy, he's in Zurich. I'm like, what? I couldn't even see the
What,
stairs.
was Andy going to fire into the mix as well, yeah?
All I hear was Oh, and he's in another country and he knows it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's been a wicked night, man.
Yeah, we had some of the greatest drum and bass producers of all time in there.
I've got to say thanks to all the lads for coming in, man, and appreciate you guys taking the time out and spending time with us, man, and appreciate you guys for all your work, hard work that you put in this year, man.
Groove liked it so much he's going to do this every week, so that's all good. But this was the first, and many thanks to Shy FX, to Goldie, to Heist, to Fresh. Have I missed anyone out?
Yeah, Mr. Sub-Focus.
Yeah, Sub-Focus.
But it's a round of applause, gentlemen.
Yeah. Lovely stuff.
Hey!
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Radio 1 Vintage. We will return from 6 a.m.
The voice of Radio 1. Woke up one morning, half asleep.
Welcome to the exciting new sound of Radio 1.
It was kind of like, imagine it would have been like joining the Beatles or something.
As a kid, I would take my radio into school so that I could hear the top 40 being announced.
Hello, this is Mark Goodyear. You're listening to Radio 1 Vintage.
It's the jingles that you kind of remember.
I've not done this for ages, but I think we ought to hear that again.
I know it's really cool to say that you used to listen to John Under the Bed Sheets, but I guess it was always people that were introducing new music.
Available on digital radio and the BBC iPlayer radio app.
Celebrating 50 years of Radio 1.
Radio 1 Vintage returns.
From 6 a.m.
The best sound in Britain. Radio 1 Vintage.